What's up? I'm Fred Patacchia, and this is my first hand. I live on the island of Oahu, on the North Shore, right in front of Kamiland, which is right in between Rocky Point and Sunset Beach. I pretty much live in the heart of the surfing mecca. Being a professional surfer, I get to travel a lot, and I get to see different cultures and different places, and that just makes me love the place where I live a lot more. It makes me appreciate the people that surround me. It makes me appreciate, all this greenery and these mountains and the beautiful weather that we have. I know a lot of people that are just built for the city life, but I know now that I'm built for the country boy life. The easiest way to break it down is it was always my lifelong goal to be #1 in the world. But the CT is the only way you can be #1 in the world. In order to get to the WCT, the top 44 surfers in the world, off of the WQS Tour, which is the World Qualifying Series, you have to be in the top 15 of the World Qualifying Series. I'm currently sitting number 16 on the WQS Tour. Right now, the Sunset event's going on. It's the last QS contest of the year, and I pretty much have to make at least the quarters or better. And to make the quarters, I'll have to make 2 heats. So that's my immediate goal right now. If I do make the CT, it'll definitely be one of the biggest accomplishments of my surfing career so far. The first day of the Sunset event started. I won't surf the first couple days just because through winning the HVAC Tour, I was able to get a 64 seed into the Sunset event. So I had a few days off to kind of try boards and get ready for my heat. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, I got a call from Sean Moody. He tells me that Haleiwa's pumping, and everyone's gonna head down there. Haleiwa's one of my favorite waves in the world. I grew up surfing there. All the friends that I've had since I was really small, they grew up surfing there, and it's a real tricky wave. There's current that sucks you into the pit. There's another current outside that sucks you out of it. A lot of guys don't enjoy surfing it for that fact. It's probably one of the hardest waves to surf, in this whole stretch of beach from Sunset to Haleiwa, Pipeline, all that. It's definitely one of the hardest waves to surf, and it's a loved and hate wave. I know Kelly Slater loves it. I know Ross Williams loves it. I love it. A lot of my friends love surfing Haleiwa, and we know when it's good. But a lot of guys, they'll just go out there, get frustrated, get the crap beaten out of them, and break their boards, and they'll just be like, I'm never surfing here ever again. And we kind of just look over our shoulder like, okay, good. Haleiwa's pumping. We're out there.
SA Smash is hard as hell. Throw your tapes in garbage pails. I got a thing for dingbats and garter belts, and I'ma talk till my tongue start to swell. Every rhyme I write's post-dated, not to be released this year, most hated. Take it back to the basics. 4-track tape deck stacked in the basement. Spilling beer when I rhyme, and you learn to appreciate 11 years down the line. You done that, dumb rap, some accidental moving to the gun clap. Now they can't come back. That's the breaks.
Some of the other guys that snuck off the Haleiwa that knew it was gonna be good were guys like Kelly Slater. Bonga Perkins was out, he's out there every day. He turns his longboard better than I turn my shortboard. And it was really killer just watching all those guys out there surfing. The sesh out at Haleiwa was killer. I think everyone had a really good time. It was always nice to see a lot of my buddies. We parted ways. They'll probably be over at my house first thing tomorrow morning, waking me up and bothering me like they usually do. It's about 7 a.m. We're here at Haleiwa Harbor. We're gonna jump on the boat, see if we can catch some fish. So we're gonna go out on the Bonnie K, which is owned by my really good friend Leaf and his brother Ryan. Once we got to the I buoy, Ryan spotted a Eva bird, and I guess those are the things to look for. If it's hovering over the water, looking down and checking things out, you know there's mahi. So those guys spotted it. I didn't see the thing. I'm going, what bird? It's the teaser. These are what we're gonna catch with. Let's see what happens. You throw the teaser out right under the bird, and then you just start jigging it. You start pulling on it. So it gets the mahi's attention. They come to the surface, and then you throw out smaller fish. Then that's what you catch them with. And all of a sudden, I hear Leaf going, "Hanapa'a, hanapa'a," and then because that's kind of what you say, like, you know, when you got one hooked up. And then Ryan is like, I got one too. And then the lines were just going, and it was done. We pulled these things up, and I'm like, oh, those are big. Wow. And he's like, oh, they're average size. So I'm like, no, they're big. But I had a great time. So our fishing trip, we ended up getting 3 mahis and an ono. The ono was pretty small, but you know, for me, it was still good size. I was stoked. I had a great time, and got the pictures to prove it. Because it's not like you're just gonna go out there, catch a really good one, and you're the man out there. It just doesn't happen. This sunset event is the 6-star prime, and there's a 12-day waiting period, and they only need 4 days to run the event. So possibly 8 out of those, 12 days could just be waiting around. And that's kind of what happened. It was windy, it was small. So basically I just gotta find things to do. Let's see you hit a bullseye.
How much you give me?
I'll give you $10 if you hit a red.
10?
I'll give you $10 if you hit a red, I'll give you 5 if you hit a blue. No. You got 3 tries.
You did get a 16 though.
He did a 16. Hey, good.
I cannot believe that. I can't believe that. That was not movie magic. That was Andy. What the?
Dude, I'm your cousin. I'm just as lucky as you.
So it's the second day of competition at the sunset event. They're still not going to be able to run my heat. They still got a lot of heats to go. So I decided to check out pipe. It breaks on a really shallow reef. There's caverns down there that you can get stuck in, and a lot of people, have died and come close to death over there. For myself, it's all about boards. I get boards from Wes Oshiro, Glenn Manami, and Kerry Takoro, and they made some of the best pipe boards that I've personally ever ridden. You just need the thing that's gonna get you down the face, get you through the barrel, and spit you out. You need a rocket ship. I never try and second guess my equipment. I never try and second guess myself when I'm out there paddling for a wave. It's like 100% in, 100% out. And that's kind of how I approach pipeline. I don't know how other guys do, because it's not like you're just gonna go out there, catch a really good one, and you're the man out there. It just doesn't happen. There's guys out there like Poncho, Braden, Kala, the boys, Because it's a pecking order. Pipe's a circus. Guys get into fights out there, guys get into arguments out there, and it's not over something dumb. If you drop in on somebody at pipe, it's almost like a life and death situation. You could stuff someone bad enough that they go over the falls, hit their head on the reef, and they never come up.
Let me hear some. Let me hold some, roll some. Let me show you some. What you know know good. What's poppin' with you? What's happening? What's crackin' lacking? How you mackin'? You still bad at it? Let me hear something. Let me hold something, roll something. Let me show you something. What you know good? What's poppin' with you? What's happening? What's crackin' lacking? How you mackin'? You still bad at it?
If you put in your time out there, eventually, guys will make like you're not there, but they notice you. Then finally, they're just gonna go, you want one? Take one. And they're gonna give you the one that's like that. And they're gonna be like, you think you wanna go? This is real deal pipe, go. And then, you know, you can, if you back out, you're done. Later. Back to the shoulder. You just gotta do it. Put your head down and go over the falls. It's almost better if you get drilled, because they'll be psyched. Yeah, you went, woohoo. The fact that it's scary, and the fact that it's the bonsai pipeline, and you could get either the worst wipe out of your life or the best barrel of your life, that's why we do it. The contest wasn't on. I was with my really good friend Josh Williams. We were bored, so we decided, hey, let's go rent cars. In the period of having those cars, we did a shoot for Metal Storm Productions.
Today we're producing a scene that's going to go onto our next film. It's titled Burn, and it's a sequel to a film that we did before called The Rising.
And it was kind of just a productive day. We went down to Mokuleia, where there's kind of like the longest straightaway that I know about. And we did a few shots over there. I was like just cruising like that, and then just zoomed right by him. And then I looked back and you could see like all the smoke. Well, not really smoke, but it was dust, because it's right by the field, so it's kind of dusty, but it looked really cool. The next morning I woke up, the vent was on, and it was my turn to surf. My whole career and making the WCT rides on the Sunset event.
What a lot of people don't know about the WQS and the WCT is really how many surfers are doing it. From 1,000 surfers, only 16 make it.
Fred Patacchia's got to make it. He'll be there. I can see him making it. He's put his dues in too many years.
There are a few things that'll come into play. There's guys like Bernardo Pigmeo, who's real close. I think he's sitting 22. Roy Powers, who's sitting at 24. A few other Australian guys who are doing real well. Basically, if I were to lose my first heat, my WCT chances would lie in their hands. While I was prepping for my heat, I was really nervous. I knew that I had a WCT surfer, Taylor Knox, in my heat. Masatoshi Ono, one of the best surfers to come out of Japan. And then Dustin Cuizon, a local boy from Eva Beach. You know, I was just trying to prep myself, tell myself, all right, these guys surf good, but you know what? You just gotta take it to the next level. I was lucky enough to get one of the first ones, but a lot of wind was blowing up the face, and I kind of just put myself over the ledge and I just poked. It wasn't a good way to open the heat. We had to resort to the inside. All four guys were on the inside of Sunset, surfing where you usually don't surf.
Big Nano, and you have a rider. This is Fred Patacchia. I've been riding. It's a long wall. Well, he cuts back too deep. Now he goes for a big re-entry off the top.
When it comes down to the last minutes, a lot of surfers tend to get real close, because it's like, if you're gonna get a wave, I wanna be right next to you to be able to take it away from you. And it's unfortunate that at Sunset it came down to tactics, but hey, I'll take it. You know, I'll take it any way it comes.
Patacchia's wave 5, 6, 7, and it's white first. And the score for Last of Yellow is a 407, and he goes to second, so Patacchia no advance.
So I got through that heat. It was a really good feeling. It was really exhilarating, and it was like a whole bunch of weight lifted off my shoulders. But I still had another heat to go, and I knew if I made that next heat, I would be on the WCT. I I'm really close to my family. Leilani and Lehua, my younger sister, they are the brains of the family. I couldn't ask for any better sisters in the world. You know, my dad and I were real close, and he plays a huge part in my surfing career. This Christmas light's been up since I was like 10.
No, those are to keep the birds from fishing on things. That's like a scarecrow.
He's at every event that he can make, and he negotiates my contracts. He makes sure I'm surfing. I owe a lot to him.
That's right. Yep.
Family's cool. Can't wait to have one of my own. So we're here at the Sunset event. It's the final day. I go out in a few heats, so gotta start psyching. The next day of competition was held in 3 to 5 foot surf. It wasn't the greatest sunset, but we were running out of days and we were running out of waves. A lot was at stake for that heat.
It's gonna be really crucial, you know, if he blows up in the event, he's in the CT, you know, it's the yellow brick road from here on out. If he doesn't, it's all green light for those guys.
It was Ian Walsh, who just got second to me at the last Sunset event at the XL Pro, Masatoshi Ono, who I surfed with in my previous heat, and Phil McDonald, who's on the WCT, great surfer at Sunset.
Surfer out the back. Looks like surfer in white, Philip McDonald's first wave. As we watch Ian Walsh, a 21-year-old born in...
That day of competition, the waves were a little smaller, and there's a little bowl that's on the inside that I kind of chose to sit at. It's kind of sketchy because you give the other 3 surfers inside position, but every now and then a bowl will swing wide and it could come to you, possibly.
Ian Walsh up and down there, heading as Fred Patacchia Jr. Remember, he had that big explosive wave at second rise at 8.33. That has given him the lead.
I was able to get 2 really good ones early on in the heat. The other 3 surfers were kind of playing catch up for the rest of the heat. So I pushed those guys up the point. Once you start pushing people up the point, they start getting deeper and deeper, and they can't make the sections unless they get one that perfectly lines up through there.
And it is going on. This guy is one raw talent. He's on a mission as well. The 25-year-old from New South Wales, Australia, ranked number 4 and has been on the WQS, could lead to the top.
Phil McDonald was able to come back, get a few good ones. He didn't get enough to pass me in first, but he came pretty close.
Countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When that horn blew, it changed my life. I was on the CT. It changed my life like that. After that heat, just walking up the beach was mesmerizing. A bunch of other people with cameras and microphones just came up to me, and I was kind of just in a trance, and it was weird. I had tunnel vision. I was like looking over to my truck. All my friends were like this, yeah, you made it. I saw my dad and stuff, and I was like kind of looking at the cameras, doing my whole deal, but my mind was over there, you know, celebrating already with them the second I hit the sand. And it was, you know, one of the greatest feelings for me.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
After making out of that heat, I felt really confident in myself. I knew my job was pretty much done already. That was my goal for the whole year, just to make the WCT. Anything after that was just icing on the cake. I got into the final with Andy Irons, Joel Parkinson, and Mark Akalupo. I look up to all those guys. They're all on the CT. I was the only young and up-and-coming, you know, surfer guy in that final. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to be on tour with these guys. I felt like I had a good day of surfing, and just being on that podium, getting that third place trophy, it just topped off my day.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Andy Irons, Mark Akalupo, Fred Patacchia Jr., and Joel Parkinson.
After we got off the podium, it was just madness.
Oh yeah.
My mom and dad were there. It was almost a better feeling than being up on the podium.
Hopefully it's clean.
There's a lot of aloha spirit and good feeling that comes out of, you know, Fred making it, and it just goes to show that good guys don't always finish last.
Like I said, I love this island. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world. This is where I want my family, this is where I want my kids to grow up. I couldn't think of anything better than this. Beer drinking later.
My dogs call me my canine, no fleas, just me and my dogs, we don't need a leash, capiche?
Tell him, bro. This used to be my Pinto. MTV pimped it. Exhibit, mahalos. Mahalo, bro.